It's already going.
The dog is barking. It is going?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Anna and I just kind of wanted to jump on for just a moment and give a brief explanation of what's been going on with her. Some of you may have noticed that she's been absent from some functions or not singing or helping lead worship, or seeing her in her wheelchair. And so we just kind of wanted to get a brief explanation. She got sick in October, the late October, and we've been through lots of doctors and a couple of hospital visits, and she's been diagnosed with POTS, which is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It's a mouthful. That's why they just call it POTS. And so we are kind of in the process of working through that. Do you want to say something here?
Yeah, I can just tell you like how it happened. A lot of people ask me questions, and I feel bad because people come up to me, and it was my fault because I haven't said anything, and it's been almost in like 10 days. It'll have been 5 months since I've been sick, since the day I got sick, and so it's my fault. But everybody's coming up to me, and I'm like, I don't know how to give you the full story because it's been so long. But I'll just like summarize what happened and like So October 27th, I was at school and I was feeling super dizzy and just like really like under the weather and like just kind of out of it, couldn't really like comprehend things. So that night my mom took me to the urgent care. I ended up passing out and having like a seizure-like episode, and it for like a while. And so that was the first episode that I had, and since then I've probably passed out like 6 or 7 times, maybe more, I don't know, but like things like that. And so at first my first round of blood work, which I've had like numerous rounds, but it first said that my hormones were really jacked up, so they really didn't know what was wrong with me because they thought that it was what's it called?
Thyroid?
My thyroid or like something like that. And they went through all this trial and error, and we didn't know what was wrong. I was really sick at the beginning, like couldn't walk at all, couldn't really talk. So a couple weeks in, and I ended up in the hospital. And in the hospital, they really like figured out that like, okay, she's not gonna die, so that's good. And
always positive.
So that was good. And they only kept me in there for a few days, and then they sent me home. And then we went to cardiologists, neurologists, MRIs, every type of test you can think of. I've done it, all different types of blood work, and they basically figured out my heart is fine and my brain is fine.
Well, sort of.
But they don't know how to communicate with each other. And so that's what dysautonomia is. Do you want to explain? We'll probably like link a video where you can like go see what it is because it's really hard to understand. But basically, it affects my autonomic system, which just means which controls everything. So it's like my digestive system, what's the one with your bladder? This is where the brain fog comes in.
Just kind of everything that your body does that you don't have to actually think about.
Yeah, like breathe.
Yeah, so your respiration, yes, your sight, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your digestion, all those things are all controlled by, and others are all controlled by your autonomic nervous system, and hers is not functioning properly right now. And so, and there's not really a cure for what she has, but there is great hope for recovery. And so that's what we're hoping for. It could be a long process and maybe not. And we also believe that God can heal her just as quickly as she got sick.
Oh, yeah.
She could be well. And so we covet your prayers for her during this time.
They are coveted.
So you have anything else you want to say?
I was going to say like where we are now, basically. So after being in and out of the hospital a few times and kind of just narrowing it down that this is just like a really weird, severe case of POTS, which they didn't know for so long because my symptoms were much worse than what they have seen before, and there was a lot of symptoms like that couldn't be explained. But anyways, so now I'm seeing a physical therapist. That's actually what I just finished doing, and we're just doing like I do like muscle exercises kind of when I'm like laying down, just a few every other day. But we're going to Mansfield every week to do that. And then we're seeing a specialist in Houston who's telling me some like holistic things I can do here at home as well to like try to get better slowly, and as well as checking for autoimmune diseases that may be like causing some of this, or and try to like start. I tried 3 different medications. That went to heck. My heart rate was like in the 40s. It was rough. So we're working on medications too now. But yeah, and then I was gonna say some of the symptoms because people don't know like what, like can you just not walk, or like what's the, so I need to hurry. But basically my symptoms just are passing out. I get really confused. Don't shut them out. Don't really know what's going on. I can't really pick up my like legs or arms.
Heard this.
I can't really control them sometimes.
You're so my child.
My legs, I can't really like when I have like dips or really bad episodes, I can't like move them, or like I won't be able to walk. That's why I have my wheelchair, and because I get really dizzy and like so there's all that, as well as messed up stomach, messed up everything. I am messed up. I'm so messed up. But yeah, so that's basically what's been going on for everyone that has been wondering.
Yeah.
And
And so we do have an appointment, or they're making an appointment for the tilt table test in late April, early May. At that point in time, then they may be able to narrow down some medications that might help her with symptoms. There's not really a POTS medication, but there are other medications that they found that help some people with POTS symptoms. And we've tried a couple, and like I said, that didn't go very well. And so we're going to wait until she's had this test and they can kind of see exactly what's happening in her body. And so it will help them to target the area that they need to medicate anyway. And so anyway, you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to put them below. We'll try to answer as much as we can. But and we're also going to reference a link because I think it gives a good kind of a good explanation of dysautonomia. And there are different types of dysautonomia, but POTS falls under that category. So anyway, y'all, thanks for listening. God bless. Cover your prayers.
I'm not dying, and I am not crippled, even though I look like it sometimes. That's the moral of the story. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.